All right, the scenario is now we have 200 chips. 100 were red, 100 were black. On the first draw, I drew 20, and I got 10. So I indicated that as a proportion, p hat of 0.5. On the next draw, I had 11, so I need to know what that was. Can you tap that out? 11 out of 20. Allie, you got it going?
11 out of 20.
11 out of 20, yeah.
That is 0.55.
All right, so 0.55. Then I drew an 8, so Allie, keep giving us the
0.4.
0.4. And then I drew 11 again, so 11 was what, the 0.55?
Uh-huh.
Remember how we do dot plots?
Yeah.
All right, so make sure when you come to ones that are repeated, they
Oh,
start
this is
stacking
easy.
up.
It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
10,
6,
11,
7.
8, 11, 9 was my next
See.
draw.
0.45.
0.45.
I don't know here what does happen.
See, this is 10.
12.
This is 11.
That's not. Yeah.
0.6.
So, yeah. So,
They just go up by 0.5 every time.
yeah. So it's
10.
like, you don't need, actually need a calculator. If she says
Oh, yeah,
10,
I
it's just
know,
over the
it's
point. And then you
0.5.
just go.
Yeah, you don't need a calculator.
All right, so
You
you
don't
do
need
it in your
a
head. All
calculator.
right, Caleb, what's 6 then?
6 is 2. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry, 3.
7,
Sorry, 3.
3.3.
Or 3,
Okay.
yeah.
And,
Why is she getting these
then I got
numbers?
11 again.
Good.
So what was 11?
11.
That was
5.5.
0.55.
And then I drew a 10 and then I quit.
I quit!
All right.
So there's a tie.
So this is not enough to make a lot of conclusions, but you have an idea. What are we actually plotting here? Are we plotting individuals? Are these individual number of chips? Did I plot a 10, an 11, an 8, an 11? I plotted the proportion.
But it's
So-
same.
Pardon? But it's the same. It's relative. They do relate. But I just want to make sure that you note on the side there, you see the
Why?
little brace? No, this is a sampling of a statistic. So this is a, oh no, it's
Uh-oh.
minutes.
It says beginning of 5th period.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's
Do you have a 2 hour delay
also
schedule?
the end
Yeah,
of
look,
fourth
you can
period
look
on a
up there.
2-hour delay. This is a sampling of a statistic. Do you see where you're supposed to write that in the side? Of a statistic, not individuals. That becomes important. So, this is a sampling of a statistic,
Yeah.
not individuals.
Yeah.
So, what you're going to be asked
No.
to do tonight is look
No.
at a dot
Yes.
plot like this and describe it. So, guess what you're going to use to describe it? What am I looking for?
Socks.
Right, they're still there.
Aw.
Oops, one of them is. Socks. All right. So here's what I don't want you to belabor the socks. So let me do this one really quick for you. So socks, when it says describe, if this was our dot plot, I would say the first thing stands for what?
Wrong.
What does the first S stand for?
Shape.
Yeah.
Shape.
What was it?
Shape.
Very good. So I would say very roughly symmetrical or normal. Outliers, I'll say 0.3 is an outlier. The center looks like it's between 0.5 and 0.6. And what was the last S?
Spread.
Spread. I would
Spread.
say most fall between
I dare you.
most between 0.4 and 0.6. So you see how I quickly described it? That's what I'm looking for tonight. All
I
right.
found a movie
Now,
for
suppose
statisticians movies like
there are 200 numbers.
Spread.
There are 200 numbers in here. And I took 20 out, and I did that 10 times. How many other samples could I have pulled out of the hat? Now this comes from what our study was previously. And it was this symbol, 200, taking 20 at a time, was 200 factorial over 80 factorial times 20 factorial.
Oh, did you grade those things?
Yeah, I'll give them out as you leave. So 280 and 20, just because I want to save time today.
20!
So, you recall we did that in class? So when we did that, I actually calculated it last night, or
That's
actually
happens when
a
the
few
chief
minutes
and Nanny
ago.
Tribeca does math.
That's how many different
He's always yelling.
samples, now this is important, listen to this statement if this is the only one, because it's the hardest statement I'm gonna make today, but it's gonna kind of haunt you if you don't catch it. This is how many samples I could have taken from those 200, taking 20 at a time. That is a lot of samples. So you can write that next to n factorial over k factorial,
That's a lot
n
of
minus k. And so you can say that it's 200 factorial. You see my bruise from shoveling. 80 factorial, 20 factorial equals 1.67 times 10 to the 27 possibilities. In order to have
Oh, it's
what we call
1.61.
on front here a sampling distribution, in order for it to be a true sampling distribution, Caleb, I have to sample every one of those possibilities.
That's not possible.
All right, so we would call this the RAND sampling distribution if we used all of the samples. Can we observe every possible random sample? The answer is no. Instead, we use simulation with many samples to choose approximately the sampling distribution. So here I took the same chips and I did it 500 times and I typed up the results for you. So you see it right there? All right, so are those individuals? They are not, they are proportions. Some years some suggest that instead of putting dots there, I put little p's to indicate that they really are not individuals, they are proportions. So what if
Are
I
those
went
peas?
back and I changed all my dots to little p's? Would that help you remember?
Wait, this chart says fat.
I'm sorry,
Oh, P hat.
where does it say
I
that?
thought it said fat.
Fat.
P-H-A-T. At the bottom
Yeah.
of the chart.
It's a Fathom software, so anyway. So we'll end today by, is this a sampling distribution down here when I took 500 samples? Do you see where I am, the problem A? The answer is no, because I didn't do every sample, but it is a good approximation. Describe this distribution here. Again, roughly normal, I'd say. It looks like it's centering at 5. An outlier, probably that one. What's that one? At 0.15, looks like an outlier.
It goes along with the shape.
Yeah, that's kind of either way. And I'm not going to add them up and use the formula, so use your eye on that. All right. All right, this is the kind of thing that your assignment is. So pick up your test as you leave and have a good rest of your day. Or you have lunch now. Is that
No.
right?
Do you
Yes.
round
Do we?
our final
Oh, really?
grades if they're very close to another number?
I do know.
Okay.
I put them in and
Julia's
they
homework
crank them out. Caleb,
Can I
Haley,
have a paper for Julia?
Elena, yeah. And Brandon's not
Are we still
here.
recording?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Okay. Is it off now?
It's on still. Do you want to
Can
say
you
anything?
show her your paper filled out?
Oh,
Paper.
you put mine away.
Mine is bad handwriting. Bailey?
Whoever wants to show her the paper filled out in the video, or you can copy it.
Oh, darn it, I chose the wrong one. To make free. What do you... I just didn't know which one to choose to make as my free question. I was choosing between this
Yeah.
one and this
With
one and
the
this one,
homework
and I chose this one, but I
Yes.
got it right and I didn't get this one right.
I never used it. Did you use it?
I stuck it on one.
Okay.
I just picked one.
Okay.
That wasn't 100%.
This is the credits. Do do do. Do do do
the
do.
credits.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh, cool. Bye, Julia. Bye, Brandon. Love you.
Did you?